Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for a vinyl haul video. I didn't get to do one last month. I got sick. Came out of nowhere. Took me out for a while. But I'm okay now. So, it is time now to do a vinyl haul video. I'm basically going to be showing you the records I got last month and the records I got this month from Vinyl Me Please. I didn't get to go digging, unfortunately, which really sucks, but hopefully next month it'll be a different story. But let me start off here with last month's record of the month, the Fugees, The Score. I'm not going to review it because everything that needs to be said about this album has been said. It is a classic. It's timeless in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you probably agree. It was dope yesterday, it's dope today, and you guessed it, it will be dope tomorrow. So let's not waste our time on that. But I can show you how the record came and everything because it's worth every penny. You got the front, you have the back, and then it is a gatefold. Just take some steps back here. You got some the track listings with some production notes, pictures, and then it is a double LP. They both heavy pressed albums, and they come looking like this. You have some black and some really awesome looking gold, translucent as you can see. Just beautiful pressing of the album. Sounds amazing. It's my first time listening to this record or this album on vinyl. And then if that wasn't enough, you got some other things like a poster of the album cover and then of course this exclusive 45 just in that gold, bright gold color. You got two versions of Fuji La and then Mista Mista, which apparently have never been pressed on vinyl, so it's a nice little exclusive on top of another exclusive. It's very meta. Moving forward, we have another record here from last month, Anderson .Paak's Malibu album. Damn, where do I start with this one? Okay, so, alright, here's the front. Let me show you what the sleeve looks like. Here's the back. Track listings with some production notes. He got Schoolboy Q on here. He's got production by High Tech. He wrote a lot, pretty much all his lyrics. He's got some live instruments in here as well. This guy wears several hats. Like, he is, you know, a musician. He plays instruments, the drums. I think he plays the keys as well, and then he might play the bass. I'm not sure, but the drums for sure. And then he can sing, and he can rhyme. So what he's come up with and what is on this album is just pure magic. I thought it was a gatefold, but it's not. But it does have two heavy records here, just in classic black vinyl. The track he did with High Tech is really, really cool. I really enjoyed side 4 for some reason. And then, if that wasn't enough, you get some more artwork. Very interesting little piece there. But yeah, I'm really excited about the future. I feel like he's sort of setting a new standard for anyone who's thinking about doing hip hop. You know, you kind of have to be able to play an instrument or, you know, sing, which arguably is pretty much when music was at its best, when the musicians and the artists and the singers actually like knew what they were doing. It feels like it takes you back to this golden era of music. Prince was talking about that in one of his interviews that I saw when he passed away. You know, about how important it is to be able to play your own instruments and be able to sing, actually sing and write and everything. It makes a big difference. So, yeah, check him out. The next thing I want to talk about is this album here by Golden Rules, Golden Ticket. It's got this really cool like foil on the front, and then on the back you get some artwork. It'll make sense once you listen to the album. I looked at it and I was like, what the hell is this? But references to some of the songs, so that's really cool. And it is a gatefold, so you got the lyrics and the track listings and some production notes as well. I like the contrast. front to back. And then of course the record, it's a double LP, another heavy pressing. I'm forgetting how heavy these are because I like almost all heavy. So I'm starting to get confused here, but it is heavy and it comes in this nice, it's darker but it's a nice gold album as well. So they got the theme going on. This is a dope album. If you love hip hop, you like some of that southern gritty style hip hop, you're gonna love this. But it's not like, it reminds me of Outkast, and I hate to say that about anyone's music, like, oh, it reminds me of this, because I feel like it takes away from their own sound, you know. But it gets you, like, the production is just, it's just there. And so yeah, I mean, some songs that I will recommend, and I mean, I listened to the whole thing and I loved every track on there, but some of them really stuck with me. Anti-Pearl's House, right out of the beginning, I listened to that song going to work pretty much every single day for the last month. And then I listened to it again, possibly like later that day. It's a dope song. It really is. And it just listen to it. You'll understand what I'm saying. Alright? The Letdown, very personal, very deep song. If this guy can be a blues singer, in my opinion, I think he has it in him to actually be able to get behind, you know, a slide guitar and start cranking out some blues music, because his voice sounds like it's been beat up and it sounds like he has pain in his heart, you know, kind of just bluesy. So I love that. I appreciate that. I love the blues. Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, Little Walter, all these guys kind of had that going for them too. So to hear him sing the way he does just took me back to that. So let's move forward here, because I have like 3 more records. I don't want it to be too long. This month's record of the month from Vinyl Me Please, Weezer, Pinkerton. Here is the front of it, that beautiful art, and then the back, you got the track listing. It is a gatefold, and this one is a pop-up. I will forever love that, no matter how old I get. And then this record was pressed, this beautiful smoky blue color. It's one of my favorites so far this year, just because it looks so epic. This is a really dope recording, pressing of this album. They pressed this from the analog tapes, and the company that does it is escaping me right now. It'll come to me after I'm done. But everyone's loving the way it sounds, from beginning to end, finally. And this is my first exposure to them, so I have to pick up their first album now. But yeah, people are saying that the first one's better, that this one was, it was not accepted very well. Here's a little insert that they threw in there. So handwritten lyrics, track listings. It wasn't accepted very well, because it sounded very different from their first album. But now it's become a cult classic, and people just ranting and raving about it. Personally, when it comes to like critiquing an artist or an album, I tend to just critique the album itself and not the collection of music that they've made. Each one is a signature, or, you know, a thumbprint in their overall body of work, and should be looked at individually, because they are multi-dimensional people just like you and I. They have different emotions, and they're gonna use music as their outlet to express all of them. So this is a darker version of what you heard from the first album, which is I think the Green Album, and that's perfectly fine. Whether it's better or not, like I said, doesn't matter, because this album kicks so much ass. So there's that. I also picked up 2 other records: Sturgill Simpson's A Sailor's Guide to Earth, another gatefold with this really awesome looking map, and then you got the track listings in the back. This album, well, it actually comes with a really nice inner jacket, some more art, and then production notes and stuff like that. And then it is pressed solid black. This does feel like it's heavier than 150. It might be a 180. So I love that. And I think it came with the oh no, it didn't come with a digital download. It came with an actual copy of the CD, which never happened. So I was kind of happy about that. This album is for his son, and it's very different from metal modern sounds of country music, which is my first exposure to him, and an album that I will always love for the rest of my life. This album is great as well. A lot more production on it. He had spent a lot more time and money on it, apparently, because I was listening to a lot of the podcasts, and he was going around, you know, on Joe Rogan's podcast. He was on who else? I'm blanking out right now. But anyways, great guy. It sounds like he would be a really cool dude to just hang out with. But yeah, he talked a lot about it, about his cover, the In Bloom Nirvana cover. I'm a huge Nirvana fan, and a lot of the covers piss me off because they sound horrible. This one was incredible. He made it his own, and I don't know, it's just it sounds amazing. So anyways, check him out. Even to finish it off here, I feel like I rushed through all of it, but I feel like there's a lot to cover. Is the Beastie Boys Ill Communication reissue. You can get this awesome gatefold, this beautiful art, and then the back cover, of course. Now it's a double LP, another heavy pressing. Don't ask how heavy because I don't know. And it feels like 180 though. And then of course classic black vinyl. And there's really cool poly paper sleeves. The Beastie Boys, come on! This is my second Beastie Boys album. This record is, ah man, takes me back to my old days and when I was just discovering hip hop and just getting into it all. So yeah, nostalgia trip for me listening to this album. And they have like a little of their hardcore stuff in here. Like, I appreciate that. You know, Tough Guy is one of them. One of the songs. It's actually one of the first songs that I ever heard of them, period. I knew them as a hardcore punk band, and then I realized that, oh, you know, that Brass Monkey song on the radio is the Beastie Boys. And then, you know, that was pretty much how it all began. But this album was kind of like the album that helped me cross over to their hip-hop stuff. So I'm so happy it's in my collection. It's a beautiful album. And there it is. Done. I will have hopefully more records to show you next month, or yeah, next month. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. A long weekend here in the States. It's Memorial Day weekend. Salute to everyone out there who has served. For all you out there who don't have Memorial Day weekend, I still hope you have a great weekend and a great Monday. I'll see you guys soon. Take care of yourselves.